Guess who's back? It's your boy Art, my sidekick Blow. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to miss this episode. I think this is one of the best episodes that we're going to do and we're going to have from date to now. The name of this episode is The Fear of God. Do we have it? Do we need it? How does it affect our kids? If it does in any way, all these questions we want to get to today. We need to know that. We need to understand. We need to understand what's going on and why things are like they is. And I personally believe it's because we done already got to a place to where we don't fear God anymore. We don't have the fear of God. We don't teach the kids the fear of God. That stuff, that kind of stuff, that's what's going on out here today, if anybody didn't understand it.
It's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. Again, 704-449-6563. At highlight, at your followers. You already know we on YouTube as well. Time to Tell the Truth podcast. All one word. Send us a question. Get a cash app. If you call in, you get a cash app. Share the video, you get a cash app. Simple as that.
Yeah, like and show the page. We got a couple of videos we want to show y'all today, but we want to get into this thing about fearing God. Me and Blow was in a conversation the other day, and we was talking about what's going on with the kids.
Yeah, we was talking about how is it that the more emotional parent, which would be the mother, raises the child alone to be. It seems like they are the most emotionless. They are full of emotion, but they do stuff with lack of emotion.
Right.
And then you take a person like the father who really don't have as much, is not as emotional.
Right.
And then they raise the kid that is more emotional.
Yeah.
That thinks more.
Yeah. It seems like it's the opposite.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. Women are more emotional, but when they raise a child, the child has no emotions. A man has no emotions basically, but when they raise a child, the child is full of emotions.
Yep.
And we was trying to find a balance between all of that and trying to figure out what was going on in this situation.
Why is that? And I think it's because Art came to the conclusion that they think tomorrow's promise.
Absolutely.
They like the fear of God.
Absolutely. When we was growing up, man, the fear of God was it. Y'all, we know that the first thing in the Bible said. Let me ask y'all a question if y'all really don't know. What is the fear of God? Can anybody out there answer me? What is the fear of God? Anybody has an answer to that particular question? I want to know.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Can anybody look that up? Anybody know what that is? Anybody have the answer to the fear of God? What is the fear of God? Can anybody out there share any information with me and Blow about that? Because I want to know. I want to know what the fear of God is. Everybody seems to has lost this once valuable tool, this valuable piece of information that everybody needs, but now they're dragging us away from it.
Yep.
I want somebody to come up with that riddle. I want somebody to answer that riddle. What is the fear of God?
Mm-hmm. And I think from a little boy, when I was first introduced to church, that was one of the first points that my grandma instilled in me was the fear of God.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody say, well, there ain't nobody up there that's gonna come down and do nothing to you and all of that. But the fear of God has to be there somewhere. You have to have some restraint on your life. If you don't have nothing to keep you from being restrained, man, it's gonna be a lawless place.
Yep.
If I never thought it would be a consequence nowhere in this world for anything that I do, then I would just be doing anything.
Yep.
That's why so many people today, fear is love and respect. Dallas Mount fan, I see you. Fear is love and respect. That's a part of it. You coming close. You coming close. I want the right answer. I want what is the fear of God? What is the fear of God? Can anybody tell me? Dallas Mount man, you come up with a good one, and I like that one, but it's another one. It's another perspective on the fear of God, but it helps everybody. Mm-hmm. It helps us from a kid. It helps us from a kid on, because the first thing they said, that's ugly. God don't like ugly. I mean, you're being bad, this, that, and the other. You might go to hell. We done heard all about the hell. Now they teaching kids it ain't no hell. It ain't no this. That's why they get disrespectful. That's why they go out and do what they do. Man, doggone, we knew not to do certain things.
I mean, it just starts with the basic, simple fundamentals of yes, ma'am, and no, sir.
Yeah,
I think just simple stuff like that go a long way.
absolutely.
You know, when you know to respect every person when they ask you a question, when they ask you to do something, just how you respond to them in every situation.
Yeah,
I mean, we got it now. They won't even respect their elders.
absolutely.
I mean, the parents don't even respect their elders, really. I
Yeah.
mean, you get to a point now where if somebody trying to discipline your kid and your kid, you know your kid bad, you trying to jump on the person instead of disciplining your child.
Now, everybody know the minute you meet a child, if you walk somewhere and you see a child and you say 2 words to that child, you're gonna know whether or not how they've been raised.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put it like that.
Yep.
If you go to a child, a teenager, anything like that, and you say have 5 words with that child, you automatically gonna know how they've been raised.
Yep. And if you a parent and you let them respond any kind of way in your presence, then that say a lot about you.
Absolutely.
Man, I cringe when I'm around mine and he say, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
My mama called me in the room. I'm saying, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Everything.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. All this stuff. But then she called him and he said, yeah. What? Huh?
Right.
No, you need to fix that.
Absolutely.
I'm on that. But it's not true.
There you go. He's back.
Lies.
Okay.
What's lies?
Yeah, I want to know what lies is. I want to know that when you disrespect your parents, you don't have any fear of God. You definitely don't have no fear of God. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you a Bible verse. Okay, a Bible verse says that you got to honor your parents. You know, that your days may be longer upon this earth. That's the only commandment.
With the most horrible manners.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only commandment with a promise. Honor your mother and father that your days may be longer upon this earth. That is a promise. That's the only commandment with a promise. Now you can fear God and say that don't work, but I done seen it in action.
I done seen it in action. I done seen it in action.
Whether you say it's true or not, I seen that in action.
Man, a lot of times I see stuff, man, people pass away at a young age and stuff, and that's the first thing come to my mind. Poor child didn't even know tomorrow wasn't promised.
Yeah.
A lot of time that's what it be. They think they just go live on earth the way they want to live just forever.
Yeah, I like that. Ain't no days wrong. Let's put this up there, Blow. The one that ain't no days wrong. I was raised right and did wrong on my own. That's true.
Yeah,
but what? Okay, let's figure this out. Where you at now? Because I'm giving y'all a Bible lesson today. Okay. The Bible say raise up in a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he'll return to it. Did you return to it or did you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Raise up a child in the way that he go. When he's old, he'll return back to it.
Yeah.
Did you return?
Yeah.
That is the key. See, that's what you got to understand. That is the key.
Man, Art, we talked about that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what changed my life around, because my mom and my stepdad instilled so many good, positive things into me. But when I went astray and did, like you said, did wrong for all them years of my life, wasting away, just doing craziness. When I finally did stop the drinking, the drugging, the being in the streets, the playing around, all of a sudden, everything that they taught me just fell upon me.
Right.
And I was able to succeed.
Absolutely. What's up, Gaslighter? We see you out there. I believe that commandment. Lost so many of my friends that was this. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Why did you believe that commandment? Because you had the fear of God. That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
And I'm going to give y'all, since I was asking everybody what was the fear of God, we had one good answer up there, what was good, but wasn't the one we was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. That's biblical. It's the beginning of wisdom. When you fear God, you start getting wise. Trust me to that.
Yeah, that is true.
Absolutely
That
true.
is so true.
Right.
That's why I say that comes in respecting your brother, respecting your elders, respecting people, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
Living life, being positive.
Absolutely. That's it. My story is symbolic to the prodigal son story, since we in the Bible today. Absolutely. I think we got a lot of prodigal sons out here.
Yep.
I don't think you're the only prodigal son. I feel like I'm a prodigal son.
I'm definitely.
We always are. We came back, but when you was raised like you said you was raised right, you come back.
You come back.
You come back. You really come back to what you know.
Because what's in you is in you.
Absolutely.
But when you're doing all this other stuff, it's like you got blinders on. And whenever you take the blinders off, the only thing you know is what you was taught.
Absolutely. And that's the problem that we got here today. See, I can't go back to what I don't know. It's a generation coming up right now that's not teaching the fear of God. Now, you can't go back to what you didn't know. If you haven't never been taught the fear of God, you can't go back there.
You're right.
That's the problem.
I'm about to start shouting.
And
that's the truth, because we all been through it.
Absolutely.
We've been through it. We was raised up in the church. We went astray.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did. As soon as everything got back, we went right back to the way we know to go.
The way they taught us to go. We knew where to go. They taught us to go that way.
Yep.
Yeah. And we go back to it. And that's what usually happens. But the sad part about today is nobody's teaching the fear of God. Always remember, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. That's when you start understanding something. Because that's when you start treating people right. That's when you start respecting your parents, respecting people around you. The day we ain't got that out there.
Yep. So first question, do we have the fear of God?
Oh, I don't know. It ain't out here today, man. Some of the stuff that I see going on today and what I see in a lot of these young kids is they don't know nothing about God. They don't know nothing about fearing nothing, nobody. They gonna tell you, I ain't scared of nobody. I really ain't even scared to die. That's what they telling you. Yeah, that's what's going on out here today. You know, it's crazy, but that's the way it is.
I said, well, start shouting, but I'm telling you, man, because that stuff hit home with me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the story of my life.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything that I was living like I didn't know was in me the whole time.
Yeah.
Once I let go of foolishness, everything came right back in full focus.
Straight right back. You go back to what you was talking.
I mean, it was easy to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we said that, and we brought in this today, and we're talking about the fear of God. We got a couple of clips we're gonna show y'all. We've been saying all this, and we've been leading up to something. This is what we're leading up to, letting you know that these people don't have the fear of God. They don't care what they do to other human beings. And we've been missing the whole boat. We've been missing the show. They've been getting us off track as to where we should be going. Them facts right there.
Yep.
Anybody would do anything to anybody, not regardless of the consequences, and they don't care, and just do it for money, pleasure, whatever they do it for, and they do anything to anybody, it's a problem.
And one thing we also say is, if you don't have the fear of God in you, you'll get it.
Absolutely.
You'll get it in one way or another. You'll get it in one way or another. Whether you got to lay off in the cemetery behind not having it, or if you got to stand in front of the judge and he tell you got 572 months.
Right. Exactly. You will get the fear of God.
You will
understand it.
I mean, I see people been thugging out in public every day. I mean, I ain't think they knew nothing about God. And I'd be sitting in the cell with them, and they telling me, "Bro, when I get out, I'm going to the corner to preach about His good grace and mercy."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll find him. You will find him. And that is a fact.
This generation is raised off a generation
that was lost also.
And they don't care about nothing and nobody.
That's true. And they're not being taught that. Let's not forget the fact that they're not being taught anything.
That one kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because I think a problem with this generation is, I think they trust in everybody except for the people that they should trust in. Because I don't think the people that's leading this generation is just leading them to destruction.
Well, that's what it is.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so, Art, because I'm in a situation, and I know a situation where you do everything, you give them everything. Like, lead by example. I lead by example. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't tote pistols, I don't do none of this stuff.
Right.
But how could I raise somebody that want to do all of that stuff?
Yeah.
So I don't understand how you could be a good example, but they still trust in everything other than what they see to be right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You remember, Blo, we was talking this week, and we was talking about all of this stuff, and we was talking about how, man, this is just being completely honest. It take both parents. It take that discipline side. If that discipline side is missing for any length of time, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna take that nurturing side. If that nurturing side is missing, it's probably going to be a problem. You might get lucky here and there with a few of them, but I'm telling you something. It takes both of them, man. Yeah, if it takes both parents, because if you got a child that hasn't had that early discipline, and we talk about this all the time, it's so important that you discipline these children early. I don't know why people seem to think that an 8-year-old running up, cussing up out a grown-up is cute.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know why people think that when you go in the store and you see a little bad kid running around just doing what he ever doing, and the parent just saying, come on, do this, that, without putting some spankings down. You see what I'm saying? It's cute. That don't lead to nothing later on. Yeah, that should be established very early. I mean, it should be established, and it's not. Dog, I'm telling you, man, this is the problem. This is the problem. See, because when they start to fear God,
in front of your children,
so
they can behave like you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do that, but they also have outside influences.
Yeah, they do,
and that's a part of the problem.
And I don't always think the child take what they see. I think sometimes they do the opposite.
Yeah, they do.
I think sometimes because it's a child's mind and say, "Oh, do I think that's right?" We all as kids say, "When I get old, I ain't gonna do that to my kids."
Right.
So that's just the way kids are.
Yeah.
There's certain things you do that your kids say they ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah, they don't want to be like that.
And there's certain things that you do that your kids want to be just like you.
Right. Well, when you build that trust with your child, let me ask y'all this. I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Do y'all think if very young, I'm saying very young, you can't wait till you get old, they get older. Do you think that if you teach your kid to trust everything you say and discipline them accordingly, that they will actually listen, let you guide them and lead them the way they need to go? I mean, but this got to start early. All those outside influences going to come in, but do they trust you enough to you tell them, look, this is for your own good, and they know that it's going to be for your own good? That stuff got to be built. That's got to be built. I mean, you can't just do that. They're not just going to do it.
I mean, but they gotta. I think when you take in, you choose what you take in and hold on to. Because kids, they take on the stuff, they let go of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
I grew up before I even remember my first day even growing up in the hood or being in the hood. I remember my first day being in church and having the fear of God.
Yeah.
So I held on to that throughout all that other stuff. But you got some people that grab on to that, and then when people come and try to put the fear of God on them, they don't let go of what they already got a grasp of.
Right.
So that's what kind of, get them, and that, man, it's crazy. Let's go through some of this. The problem with the generation. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's the last generation.
It's the last generation. Social media, music.
Yeah, music, all that stuff. Kids have many influences. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I seen that one comment up there. Yeah, the lady was happy her son was getting out. He got out, killed the brother and the mom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, kids have, right.
Many influences. Mm-hmm. You can be a good example. They will follow their own path. Doesn't matter how good you raise your child. Well, it kind of matters at the end of the day, because we talked about it before you got in.
Yeah.
That kind of matters. If you raise them right, they at least know where to come back to when things get tough. Trust me, they will come back. When things get tough, they will come back to what you taught them. The problem is, and we said it before, if they hadn't been taught that, they don't know where to go back to.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. But if you do at least teach them the right way, they'll know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the time, it is the sheltered child. Well, yeah, a lot of times because they don't have any skills of dealing with people, stuff like that. I get that.
But I say, I don't know. This generation is just different. I mean, I coach at the Y. I see a young boy out there on the court. He come down. He doing up and under Jordan layups. He come down, dunk on somebody. You know what I mean? About 2-3 possessions later, he out there telling somebody, "Oh, what you say? Oh, okay, all right. I'll be outside when you come out there." You know, when I was growing up, they wasn't like that. If you was trying to be an athlete, that's what you were focused on. They think they can do everything now. They'll dunk on you 3 times in the gym and shoot you in the parking lot. Like they different like that.
Yeah, there ain't no discipline. No, that's a lack of discipline, bro. I think that's just a lack of discipline altogether. Who ain't been taught to do that?
They don't make nothing like they used to.
You're right, Cal, Mal.
Nobody.
We have to allow them their process, and the parent to show their child they are playing God. Yeah, well, I think they don't mean to play God, but what I think is, I think that everybody says this, and I've heard this over and over again, and I'm gonna tell you where the process is missed at Ain't No Days Off. I think the process is missed in I want my child to do better than I did, and you don't allow them to go through the process to do it.
He don't believe that. They got to travel their own road.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the problem is when a person want their child to do better than they do, and they give them everything. They don't let them earn it. That's the process. You know, you want to know the real process?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You always come back. Look, the thing about it is, whatever gets you back on the right path, it is the point of being too late. It's whether you can come back from it or not.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to go sit down and do some time.
Absolutely.
And then get out and have your mind right.
Exactly.
But if you go to the cemetery, you can't get out from there.
Ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back. See, if you don't I believe what he's saying about that process. My brother was not raised to act the way he did or does.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. But he will be back. Once things get hard enough, he will turn back to where he knows. If he knows it, he will come back to it. Man, trust me on that.
It's the truth.
Yeah. Trust me on that.
I know I'm a living proof.
I am too. An example. A hard example. Yeah. You'll come back to it if you know it at all. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying is if you try to skip the process, I like what Ain't No Days Off was saying. Don't skip the process. Let them learn to earn. Let them learn to do things themselves. If you hand it to them all the time, guess what? They won't respect it. They won't respect it. If I gave my child just a new car and they ain't did nothing to earn it, this, that, and the other, 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna care about that car. They just gonna drive that car. If they ain't got to make a payment on it, they just gonna tear it up and do everything. But the process comes in when you let them earn that car, when they put their own hard work into that car, when they put their own sweat and tears into that car, when they spend their own money into that car, then they learn. Well, doggone. You see what? That's how you learn. But if you skip that process, they miss a whole bunch of stuff. They need those steps. Mm-hmm. They need it from the bottom up. It's always hope till it's no more. Right. Yep. Yeah, that's right. They need it from the time that they learn to make up their bed, clean up their room. That stuff ain't for nothing. That stuff is not for nothing. That is preparing you for life. When your parents start you in there, get in there, wash them dishes, clean up that room, do this, do your chores. You know what? All that is, that's teaching you how to live when you get big. You don't know that? That's a teaching moment. All that stuff is teaching. Okay, they give you an allowance. That means you done did your job, you earn your pay. You're going to learn that all the way through life. Yep. You're going to go do your job and earn your pay. The more you do it, and the better you do it, the more you earn, the more you get. That's the way it goes. The higher you grades. Why do you think they want to say, make real good grades? I'm going to give you this. I'm going to get you. You make that because you're learning to earn. That's where all that come in at. So if you skip all that process for those children, they ain't going to know nothing at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. All right, we got a clip we want to show y'all. Mm-hmm. It's pertaining to, me and Blow don't think that it's no fear of God in these people nowhere. Mm-hmm. We don't even know if they believe in the God. And we're going to tell you why they do some of the things that they do.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like a shutter page.
Throw your cash apps up. Y'all know how we do that.
Yesterday, a new Senate report released alleges that the Biden officials knew for a fact that myocarditis was linked to the mRNA COVID vaccine as early as February of 2021, but delayed warning the public. This by Senator Ron Johnson. The report claims that they officially downplayed heart-related risk, got it backed by the CDC, and then pushed it out to the public so that they could do the mandates to try to force you to get this experimental shot. Now, the report is a 2,473-page report on many of the ways that the Biden administration, the CDC, and the FDA manipulated the American public, lied to the American public. It's terrible. In fact, listen to what the most published doctor in America said about this to Congress.
Now, the topic today is myocarditis or heart damage from the COVID-19 vaccines. I'm a cardiologist. I know the topic well. I've examined thousands of patients with this problem. Thousands. Before the pandemic, I had 2 patients ever with this problem. There's 1,065 papers in the peer-reviewed literature on COVID vaccine myocarditis. So let me summarize them for you. The first one that came on my radar screen that was alarming came from Washington University in St. Louis, August 18th of 2021. The first author is Verma and colleagues. New England Journal of Medicine. 42-year-old man comes into Washington University Hospital with vaccine myocarditis. The infection is ruled out. It's the vaccine. He's in the hospital. This is one of our best hospitals in the United States. He dies 3 days after taking Moderna. They can't save him in the hospital.
Say, Dr. McCullough, move the microphone just a little bit away from you.
Then one was reported from Korea by Choi and colleagues. This is now a younger man. Just a few days after Pfizer, he comes in the hospital. He dies within 8 hours of being in the hospital. I can tell you, I'm a cardiologist. That doesn't even happen with heart attacks. He dies within 8 hours. I examined all of the slides and the images that the Koreans had showed us. It looked like somebody took a blowtorch to that heart. It was so completely fried with inflammation. His heart was destroyed. These cases, which were widely known at the time, should have gotten everyone's attention. Everyone should have been laser focused on this. We should never have someone die after taking a vaccine that's directly caused to the vaccine. Then Gill and colleagues, Connecticut, published in Archives of Pathology. 2 boys, aged 16 and 17, who die a few days after taking Pfizer. These are teenagers. They're found dead at home by their parents.
This brilliant device keeps your home cool in summer, even during heat waves and power outages. It's smaller than a lunchbox, cools any.
Absolutely horrified.
Oh, I'm absolutely horrified. They knew that this was happening. They knew it was killing people. And yet they tried to force it on people. They tried to mandate it on people. The FDA, the CDC, Dr. Fauci, Pfizer, Moderna, all of these evil actors that are walking free today knew with certainty they were killing people.
I don't know how you can do that, man, and have the fear of God in you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Blow. I don't know how nobody can know that they killing people just for a few dollars more. They won't tell nobody. They'll shut you down, kick you off your job. I mean, this thing was crazy. And this is what we're talking about, man. Nobody even cares about another person's life. I don't see where you can have the fear of God in you for nothing like that, Blow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, this stuff is sad, man. It's really sad and it's sickening, you know, to be able to do people like that and nobody is held responsible.
I mean, they should be going crazy on all these news outlets. They tell you everything else on there.
Yeah.
They got you scared. They got you scared to death with Donald Trump right now. You ain't even thinking about God.
Yeah.
You're thinking about Donald Trump for the thing go get us all killed. That's what they want you. That's what they're talking about on the news.
That's what they want you to think.
And y'all losing sight of the fear of God.
Yeah, absolutely. Man,
I don't get it, man.
Man, we show y'all this stuff, man, because we want you to know what's going on out here. That's all. You know, we gonna get on. We got another part.
I mean, that stuff should be on every news station.
Yeah, absolutely. They should be showing you this. They should be showing you what Congress is doing and what they doing up there in Congress, man.
So bring Big Mama's back.
Yeah, bring them back.
Big Mama ain't number 40.
Yeah, these days. Well, I mean, we got to learn, man, that the tell people that God is real, first of all. And we got to tell people, we got to learn to treat people like we want to be treated. This thing is crazy out here now.
Yeah.
We got our kids going crazy. They don't care nothing about God. I mean, it's a generation out here that knows nothing about God. A whole generation.
Yeah, because I can't believe they do. They wouldn't be doing the stuff they're doing.
No, they sure wouldn't. No, man, you had a guy in court that killed up 2 or 3 people. And what is he doing down there? Hey, Sarah Bell, we see you out there. What is he doing out there? I mean, he's out there laughing. They killed up 2 or 3 people. Guys, we seen it on the clip the other day, Blow. Guy kill a guy out there. He walking around like ain't nothing happened.
Oh, but he got the chop in his hand, walking around waiting on the police to come here. He don't even care. He done laid him out. He waiting on the police.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, that's crazy. And you know, we want to get into a little bit. You want to switch up a little bit now, Blow. We're gonna get into about all these pardons. Everybody know that it's coming out now that Joe Biden wasn't running this country.
I think the blind can see that though.
Well, but they released
didn't
the
have no
report.
mind.
They released the audio of him doing that deposition with Robert Hur when they was talking about them document cases. They finally released the thing, man. The man sounds so pitiful on there. He didn't even know his own name. He didn't know his son died. He didn't know when he died. He didn't even know when he was the president. And yet still you open the borders up. You doggone turn around and you let all these people in. You get all these people pardons back to the date to where they might have did anything, any trouble. But you forgot to pardon a certain few people. And I really got issue with that. Everybody that know that they sent all them black women after Donald Trump, they sent Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, Fannie Willis, some judges, black judges, stuff like that after Donald Trump. But they did not pardon not one of those people. He did not pardon not one of those people. I wonder why.
That's crazy.
I wonder why the man didn't pardon not one of those people that was black people. That was important, that they knew that they would go after them, because if you did me like that, I would go back after you, especially if you found anything wrong. Right now, Letitia James is in big trouble because they done found out she did the exact same thing that she tried to do to Trump, signing over papers, pretending she was married to her daddy, all this stuff. Yeah, lying on applications about the houses that she owned. I mean, like, would nobody go back and check this stuff, man? You know they were going to try to dig up some dirt on her. So now she's in real hot water. She done lawyered up, all this stuff. They done subpoenaed her. The grand jury done brought back everything they need to bring back. It's a problem. But she don't have a pardon. Yeah, she don't have a pardon. Fannie Willis don't have a pardon. Alvin Bragg don't have a pardon.
He ain't pardoned the people he was sent after the man.
Yeah.
He just protected his own.
Yeah, that's what he did. But yet y'all talking about somebody else racist. I don't know what that is.
I mean, yeah, and if somebody else did it, everybody would be a big topic on the news.
Yeah, you can't hear about this stuff. That's why we bring it to you every day, every week when we come in. It's crazy. And oh my God, this last topic that we're trying to get to. We got to know what y'all think about it. Have y'all heard about the woman, the 10-foot statue?
12.
Was it 12 foot? 12-foot statue they put up in New York. It's supposed to portray the black woman. Now, me and Blow, we see this thing kind of different. So we want to know what y'all think about it. We're going to show you a picture of the statue and the woman up there. When, you know, to me, the image says one thing, to Blow, it says something else.
I mean, we'll let you judge for yourself.
Good Lord Jesus. Have y'all seen this statue? Oh my God. Weave wearing, hairline pushed back, or stank face, hands on the hips, overweight. Come on. This is an absolute stereotype, a bad stereotype, a stereotype black people do not like to associate themselves with. They didn't even give us a beautiful statue of a black woman. This is some run-of-the-mill fighting in the streets. Like, this is I saw this, I was like, you're kidding me, correct? And I don't care who made it. If they're white, if they're black, if they got some black in them, I don't care who made it. It don't justify it. This is ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. They didn't give us a statue of a young Halle Berry type. No. And people have been talking about how She doesn't appear to be wearing a bra. Do with that as you will. Some people think bras should be worn. Some people think they shouldn't be worn. They say they're unhealthy, whatever. But you got the fupa. One brother said she had a briefcase butt. I was laughing so hard when he said that. Like, this is not flattering of the black woman or the black race whatsoever.
Go ahead,
Okay. Like I say, me and Blow have kind of different opinions of the black woman of the statue. To me, I see it. I don't know. It looked like to me they was trying to portray an angry black woman. I don't know, with her hands on the hip. Every time I see one with her hands on the hip, they mad at something. I think about grandma something. See, you know what I'm saying? I think about grandma with her hands on the hip. You done did something wrong. She coming to get you. Now, Blow think that it's something different.
I think it's a beautiful black woman. I don't see nothing wrong with her. I mean, she looked like the average woman. I think when you get the let's see which one. They set us back some years with this one. I don't think so. I disagree with that because I think when you do certain stuff, you can't make nobody happy. I think if you put the Instagram model type woman up there, then you get the depiction of why they try to portray like the newer woman, like the new BBL type looking woman or something like that. And then if you put the business woman up there, then you got business women out here, but I don't think that's I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Right.
I don't see nothing wrong with
it. I'm asking y'all, is that a
mama statue? I mean, I definitely get kids vibe. I definitely get, work maybe 2 jobs vibe off of it. But I mean, that's the basic independent woman. I mean, she looks like a woman. Like, I don't see that's a black woman though.
Right. Let me ask you this, then, Blow. If they made a statue of you, how would you want to be portrayed?
I mean, my thing is this. Okay, so my thing is this. Okay, so let's say they made a statue of a black man and they put me up there with my haircut like it is or what, everything. They gonna have something to say about that. If they put Art up there, they gonna have something to say about Art.
Yeah.
If they put Kyle Mile up there, they gonna have something to say about you. Ain't no days off. They gonna have something to say about you. Anybody, you can pick anybody, just like any woman on here, any black woman on here. You can pick them and change the statue to them. They gonna have something to say about it. But we all, I mean, everybody's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I don't
get that.
I mean, I do see it as I don't look at that and be like, oh, that ain't no black woman. Now, is it the black woman that you want to stand for every black woman? Maybe not.
Well, that's
definitely a black woman.
Yeah, it's definitely a black woman.
I mean, but should it be the representation for all black women? Maybe not, but is it a black woman? Definitely.
Yeah, it's one.
It's definitely one. That's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want me up there with they wouldn't want you up there with 10 chains on.
Right.
They talk about this is the statue 12
yeah,
foot art.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, they wouldn't want that. So I'm just saying, what would they want?
I'm with Bub. Yeah, man, we got you.
Yeah.
Most expensive artwork,
Looks
meaning is what sells. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can see how. I think it's for women to decide, though.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean,
that's the way they want to be portrayed.
I mean, she built like she's tired of dealing with these kids. Yeah. I mean, it could have been a heavier woman. It could have been a smaller woman. I think they did meet in the middle with size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think all the stuff the man was saying, I think he was going a little bit too far. Yeah. Ugly little. I don't see her as nobody fighting in the street or nothing like that.
Yeah.
She do look like she, trying to get her honest way to take care of whatever she's taking care of.
Well, to me, I'm gonna tell you. To me, I don't know. It just looks like she's portraying the simple, the single black woman.
She give me single vibes. I get single vibes off of her. And a child or two.
Right. I get them vibes too. Let's replay that so people can get a look at that, though. A real good look at it. Let's see what they get.
Let's go take it back a little bit.
Yeah, because it's just something about that I don't get. I ain't sold all the way on it, Blow.
I mean, I'm looking right at I mean, we'll check it out. I mean, I don't.
And I don't care who made it. If they're white, if they're black, if they got some black in them. I don't care who made it. It don't justify it. This is ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. They didn't give us a statue of a young Halle Berry type. No. And people have been talking about how she doesn't appear to be wearing a bra. Do with that as you will. Some people think bras should be worn. Some people think they shouldn't be worn. They say they're unhealthy, whatever. But you got the fupa. One brother says she had a briefcase butt. I was laughing so hard when he said that. Like, this is not flattering of the black woman or the black race whatsoever. And we're supposed to be prideful in you erecting that statue? You must be crazy.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you, Chef Florida Boy. It's not a great representation of us, you know.
I mean, but I think the guy that's digging in on. I mean, it looked like it might be his type. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
I don't see why. I mean, like I say, I mean, it's a black woman, and whenever you choosing somebody to represent people, you can choose anybody. You know what I mean? You can choose anybody. If they gonna put a statue of a black man in New York, why not me?
Yeah, I
You
get
see
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that, but
And I can imagine, oh, you got to pick somebody with decent hair, or why he got a chain and a big watch on, and why, you know what I mean? He looked like he sells something,
yeah.
or anything, you know what I mean? Although they put you up there, or they gonna say they got a statue of a kingpin there. Oh, you know you gonna be down there, you gonna have them lay it up on them down there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I would want to be represented. I mean, if I had to represent, I guess I want to be me.
Ain't nobody gonna be happy either way.
Y'all don't think
Everybody ain't gonna be
saying?
saying, no, man. If they would have put Oprah Winfrey up there, they'd be like, why they put a statue of Oprah? Out of all black women, why they choose Oprah? You see what I'm saying? Everybody is gonna always have something to say.
Yeah, well,
you know.
Maybe you're right. But I tell you, I don't know. I got to stay with Chef Florida Boy. It just ain't a great representation. If you're gonna represent everybody, I don't feel like I represent everybody. You know, really, I don't feel like I represent.
I'd rather use the HBCU student. She feels like an angry black woman. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
She do. I mean, she could.
It could represent that.
She could. I mean, she looked borderline of fighting in the street and working 2 jobs to take care of.
Well, I think we run into them same problems out here today, and we run into it with a lot of kids, because kids want to go on interviews and be who they want to be. They want to go on an interview with 50 tattoos, different color hair, and all of this, and then the people don't hire. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but the company don't want to be represented like that.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just certain ways and certain things that people want to even though they could be the best at that job. Mm-hmm. You know, we talked about that during Shedeur Sanders. Yeah. Doing the thing. He top-rated quarterback coming out and went down all the way to about the 5th round?
144.
Yeah, down about the 5th round. But they didn't like his attitude or whatever. Well, y'all crazy out there today. Yeah. Well, well, the women ain't really showed up today and answered none of the questions that we asked. How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like that statue portrays y'all in a good way or a bad way? We ain't really had no women answering the question, bro. You know, I having no opinion on that statue.
But I think that's what I think it is. I think it's just an opinion. Because when you want to put a statue of a black woman down there, you can pick any black woman. You can pick any black woman. Pick one. Close your eyes and they gonna go in a group and just touch one, and we gonna put the statue up for you.
One over there pushing a buggy, pushing a buggy.
I mean, yeah, you right, but when you do, because you put somebody up there pushing the buggy, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it could always be worse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, but that
Put
was
somebody up there
what
with a
represent.
BBL, they'd be like, now why would they put this lady up here looking like this? Why would they portray us also what they think every black woman got a BBL? Even if they put the Halle Berry up there, they'd be like, oh, well, okay. Well, what about the average woman? Now they got, because basically that's the average woman to me. I would say she's like the average woman.
Really? Yeah, she might be.
I mean, I think people getting it with a body statue, but her face to me doesn't look like nobody that's like a violent woman.
Well, no.
I mean, multiple baby daddies. I definitely see it. I definitely see
a baby daddy too.
It's definitely one baby daddy. I definitely get single parent. I get everybody.
I get that vibe.
I get single parent vibe, but I don't think if she was real, probably is real. I don't think she's a bad person.
No, that ain't the key, being bad. But we trying to see how we want to be represented, because everybody gets on Trump about having this persona about talking junk back to people.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the president.
Yeah, but
they don't think he ought to be. But most people have a bad feeling and vibe by Trump because they don't think a president should talk like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not a good representation.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Of that position, that's what they think. And Trump just been, and me and you talk about it all the time. Yeah. If we were president, we're gonna be ourselves. We're gonna be who we is, and we're gonna do the best job possible.
But that's why I don't think there's no problem with that statue. I think it could have been. She look like she got hands. She do like she got hands too.
Yeah.
But I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing wrong with it, man. I think if anybody was up there, I mean, shoot, if it was my mama and people was like, "Oh, it's a bad representation of a woman," I would disagree.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I don't. I feel like that's a real person though. Looking at that statue, I feel like that's a real person.
Well, everybody thought it was Letitia James. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Everybody thought it was Letitia James up there in New York. That's who they thought it was. Yeah. Yeah, they thought it was that, Letitia James. So, I mean, is that the representation? I mean, I don't know. But we shouldn't get mad at a person being themselves. Should we have had 4 or 5 different statues of 4 or 5 different black women? And then you pick one that might represent you?
I mean, I think that's what they should have done. I think they might have maybe put together about 5 or 10 of them and said, okay, y'all vote on which one y'all want up there. But I don't see nothing wrong with it, because if you put a blindfold on me and you walk me up to it and you take the blindfold off of me and you say, "Bro, what is that?" I'm gonna say it looked like a black woman to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if they was trying to put a black woman up, they put a black woman up.
Well, yeah,
because nobody's gonna be on the same page of what a black woman should look like in a representation of all of them.
Well, I mean, I guess a black man either. That's what I was trying to figure out. What representation would want to have a black man?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess they'll just do the same thing with a man. They'll probably just put the kind of chunky, stocky dude up there with some dreads or something. Let him stand up there with a t-shirt on and some boots.
Or you think they'll put like an Obama type up there?
I don't know. If they base it off of that one, then they probably just gonna put it just anybody.
Okay.
They just pick somebody, just walk up to the gas station. I think that's what happened. It looked like they just drove randomly and just pulled up somewhere. So the next person we see, she gonna be the representation of all black women. I don't think it was a whole bunch of thought into that.
I don't think they put a bunch of thought into it. I think my man went a little off the rails with it a little bit.
Yeah,
but I think they could have toned it up a little bit.
Toned it up, okay.
Just a bit. Just tone it up just a bit.
I feel you.
make it more natural looking. I mean, but
but that is natural though. I think that's natural. I mean, I think that's natural as you go get when you're talking about natural.
yeah.
I mean, she looked like just your regular, woman.
What if they put a scarf on her head?
I mean, well, you had Al Sharpton out there. Al Sharpton out there.
I mean, what if they put a scarf on her head
Al
and maybe
Sharpton
put
did.
Aunt your mama on it? You remember they got rid of Aunt your mama off the doggone syrup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a rag on her head and all that, and people were hollering about that ain't the way.
Yeah,
They didn't want to represent. They didn't want to be represented like that. They didn't want to be represented with no rag on their head, looking like Auntie Mama there and Auntie Mama. They changed the best syrup in the world. They changed it.
Yep. Well, something meal now.
Huh?
Something meals.
That's what I'm talking about. So I mean, representation is a good thing, and in certain areas, like I say, they don't want a president to go around and call somebody Pocahontas.
Yeah.
They don't think that's a good representation of a president.
Yeah.
So I mean, but me and you seem to say we can overlook that part if you're doing your job, and he's only being himself. We talk about being the president and vice president and riding around in drop tops and having Gucci on every day.
I mean, that's just us being who we are.
But people ain't gonna like that. We already said that they wouldn't like us representing them like that.
Well, I think that's what makes the statue okay. That mindset alone would make the statue okay. Ain't nothing wrong with being the statue, because if that person is walking around living the everyday life in America, trying to take care of family and feed us up, just like me and you is, if they want to put up there as a representation for Black women, hey, go for it.
All right, well, we're gonna leave that at that. We got another talking point over here we're gonna talk about today.
Shoot, I think that's about it. We went over a few things today. Went over the fear of God. What is it? Do we have it?
Yeah.
Do we need it?
For y'all that late came in,
Yeah, do it help
we'll
our kids?
recap.
If you had a fear, if you don't have the fear of God, then you go get it at some point in your life.
At somewhere in your life, you get even if somebody mentioned in the comments back there, even if it's on your dying bed.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the last thing you're gonna be saying. God will take me away. You know, a lot of people find that fear right there at the last minute.
I keep telling people, you don't believe in God, you don't have the fear of God. Hold your breath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold your breath long enough. You'll get it
Yeah,
together.
take it. Yeah.
We talked about Biden pardons, man. Everybody was going there. Everybody seemed to forget the Lil Wayne, the owner of Death Row, Kodak. Everybody got
Pardon
on Trump first round.
Absolutely.
Biden just left up out of there. He's done stirred up everything, and they gonna left all the Black people hanging.
Yeah. Well,
pardon nobody black.
Matter of fact, if for people that don't know it, Trump just got a pardon czar. A pardon czar is a woman he gave her a pardon, and now she's a Black woman, an older Black woman. Now she's the head of pardons. She's the pardon czar. Let's hope that she do some work in the pardon department of a lot of people that need to get their rights back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have to hit her up.
Yeah, absolutely. She definitely get hit up. Everybody. I mean, everybody if you know her, get in touch with her. If you need a pardon, she's the pardon czar now. They did a whole slide on her, and man, she was talking about she just want to help people get their lives back on track and get their rights back, all the rights that they took from you. Gun rights, all the rights that you didn't have, she's trying to get them back. It's good that somebody put somebody in there like that.
Who's been wronged.
Yeah, exactly. Who's been wrong. She did something like 22 years, and he pardoned her, and he came back and made her the pardon czar.
I mean, I don't see how you can hate Trump, man, to be honest, man.
I don't
Stuff
either.
like that. I mean, man, that's real. That's something I would do.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you think about it, when you break stuff down, when you follow and want to support people that don't do nothing you would do.
Yeah.
Nothing you would do.
Yeah.
But then you get somebody that got a little talk back in them, this is the way it's supposed to be. No, why is everybody else getting more stuff than we get? And we from here, we've been paying taxes all this time. We got to take care of us first. Y'all don't like that.
Absolutely.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. It's supposed to be like that. You know, you're supposed to take care of your own. I know y'all heard about the white South Africans that came over here. It was 50 of them. And a lot of people were saying, well, he's kicking people out of the country. Why is he letting these 50 South Africans? I implore you to dig a little deeper on who these 50 South African farmers was and what was going on over there in that country. I mean, I seen a mob over there, boy, that would tear your head off. I'd be getting out of that. That joke is talking about death to the farmers. Dig a little deeper. There's a lot of clips out there. We might bring that to you next week, but I'm telling y'all, man, it's a lot going on. And
So it could be good or bad. Well, I don't see no bad. Well, I don't think so. I don't think it could be no bad in it.
right.
I mean, I don't see no bad
That
in it
could be
because
good.
a lot of people need second chances. I
Yeah.
think it's a lot of people out here I think it's got to be done in a reasonable way. You got to be somebody that's out here been a productive citizen.
Absolutely.
And have been one for a long time.
Absolutely. And that's the key to a lot of that stuff. You definitely got to been out here doing right, doing what you productive. And she said it, you paid your debt to society. Now you're on the right track. You're doing everything. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You got people that ain't never been locked up, killing people every day.
Yep, exactly. They're the ones doing all the killing. They're the ones doing all the killing.
Absolutely. They doing it all. So I mean, we have to look at it from all angles. We just can't look at it from one angle. We do have to take a good look at what we're doing and how we're doing it. But I think that's a good thing that he did that for and put her in that position. It's rare that somebody would put somebody in that particular position, but who better?
Yeah, somebody who's been through it and lived it.
Right. I heard a preacher one time, let me tell you this. I heard a preacher one time say, a man that's been divorced can't tell me nothing about marriage. And I was listening to that preacher say that, and I was trying to understand where he was trying to come from. He was saying that he had never been divorced, but he was telling me that he knew everything about marriage. But I was saying to myself that I wouldn't want nothing to do with that preacher. Because the best person to tell you about something is somebody that's done been there before.
Yep.
Believe that. He just hadn't got divorced yet. That's all. That's the problem. Back when the 300 crisis came out, they had this saying, and I was listening to that saying that they had when that 300 came out, and it said, stop listening to people tell you how to get to the top who ain't never been there themselves. You got people that ain't never been nowhere, and I'd rather listen to a person that at least has done been to the top, even if he fell off. He at least knew how to get there.
Yep.
The one that ain't never been there, he's still scratching.
Yep.
He don't know how to get there, but the one that did go and came back, he at least know how to go.
Yep.
So he can tell me more than the person that ain't never been there.
Yep. That's just like they said, a smart person can play stupid, but a stupid person can't play smart.
You can't play smart. Yeah. So, I mean, with somebody to say something like that, I don't think they had very much wisdom at all. I mean, because I'd rather listen to somebody, man, the more the merrier. You done tried how many times? What didn't you do? What should you have done? All of this.
Yep.
What happened? What you avoid pitfalls, stuff like that. So, if you've been there and done it, I can't do nothing but respect that, even if you didn't stay there. A lot of people talking about, well, Trump done filed bankruptcy 3 or 4 times, but the man is right back up there. Look, Trump, tell me how to get back. That's what I'm talking about. Dog.
I take advice from him before I do from you.
Thank you. Before I do from you, we ain't never been there. Well, a man that done been down there, got back, done been down there again. I need that advice.
Yep.
No. I mean, it's so upsetting, though, when people have these kind of ideas stuck in their mind, but they really not thought through. I mean, we have to think these things through, man.
Yep. We also had talked about the myocarditis going on.
Yeah.
All these cases, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm the only one, but every day I look at my phone, this person passed, this person passed, this person.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we know people die every day, man, but we know.
I ain't never seen this many heart attacks. I ain't never seen this many heart attacks.
And a lot of times they ain't even telling us the reason why they're dying, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, they keeping this stuff under wraps.
Yeah.
I mean, people die every day, but and we talked about that back when the stuff was going on. They made all this big fuss and all this big panic about it. But then even that many more people died in the years prior.
Exactly.
There's still about the same amount of people were dying anyway.
Yeah.
People die every day, man. When they can put a magnifying glass on how many people dying to cause panic anytime they want to.
Yeah, but now they did this research since that pandemic and since them shots. more people dying than ever. The insurance companies are getting, hey man, look here, what's going on? We're paying out more money than everything.
It's the humble recognition of the Creator.
Okay, I see that, James.
Yeah,
The fear of God and humble
recognition of the Creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm with that one.
That's 100%. I'm 100% with that too.
Yeah, I'm riding with that. Cause that's
Yeah.
it. I mean, I think it's just about just having the perspective of doing things the right way,
Right.
respecting people, honoring people, just living the way that treating people the way you want to be treated. It's just simple as that.
Yeah. That's just, they got laws out here and they got such things as universal laws. Universal laws are God's laws. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's just a universal law.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back. So you're gonna reap what you sow. A universal law.
And
if you sow it, you're gonna reap it. And that's just the bottom line.
And there's a lot of unspoken laws that had to cause a lot of problems. And I know our time up, but I want to say something before we go. A lot of times as parents, man, one thing that bothers me about parents is it could be a mom and a dad and they can hate each other, right? I can hate you, but don't let the hate that you have for the other parent make the child suffer.
And that's what happens.
Because that's the only thing that happens. As a father, if I know I can't stand my baby mother and a situation comes up and my son is here and she called me and said, oh, I'm telling him to come out. He's telling me, no, he ain't coming. I'm going in there and telling him, hey, man, ain't your mama calling you?
Absolutely.
And the woman need to do the same thing for the man.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, we have to be on the same page as far as that goes.
Well, it's a respect factor.
And it's a respect factor. And that's a lot of times, a lot of that stuff with kids come from that too, man.
Exactly.
Disrespect. At the end of the day, don't tolerate no disrespect for the other parent.
Exactly.
Because they got your back when everything else falls through.
Well, most of the time they say it's about the kids, but usually it's not. You look after your best interest instead of the child's best interest.
You gotta always, because when you falling out and you allowing them to disrespect you, they allowing them to disrespect you, then they go end up suffering at the end of the day because they just burning bridges.
Absolutely. We never had that, and we always talk about this. Back in the day, when mama said daddy was coming home, boy, I better get right. That's all that she had to say. She didn't have to do a whole lot because I know good and well all she had to do is tell daddy and everything better be getting in line. And that's the way it happened.
Yeah, exactly. Now you tell them daddy coming in. You talking about the same man you don't listen to, the one you just put out.
Yeah.
The one you don't know, he can't tell you nothing.
That's exactly what they're going to be saying to the mom. Oh, the one that didn't tell you nothing, the one that did this. Now you're talking junk to the mom because she done talked junk already in front of the child.
You
would do right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, our time is about up for the night. We thank everybody for joining in. Man, we come on here every week. We wasn't on the last couple of weeks. We've been busy doing different things. We want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day and belated Mother's Days to all the mothers that was out there. We want to thank y'all for joining in each and every week, man. We just have a good time coming to do this. We got a great audience, and we love you all, man. And we just try to show you some things and tell you some things that you might get some insight on. Y'all just keep showing up and keep showing up. Me and bro, we love it.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's one thing for certain.
Two things for sure.
We're going to tell the truth.
It's time.
It's time to tell the truth. And the truth hurts.
You already know.